everybody? Welcome back to the Rock and Roll Rebel Show, and I'm your man, Thunder Dan. Did everybody enjoy that football, huh? Did everybody enjoy the football this weekend? It's not the outcome a lot of people were saying. All the conspiracy theories are saying it was going to be the Baltimore Ravens, I guess, first at 49ers because of the colors in the Super Bowl, but it didn't work out that way, did it? The Kansas City Chiefs ruined it, and hey, the Detroit Lions almost beat the San Francisco 49ers. If they could just score and maybe not go for it on fourth down all the time and maybe kick those field goals and get those 6 points. But, hey, that's what got him there, I guess. You know, Dan Campbell's a gambler. He's a gambler. And I guess, you leave it on the field. You leave it on the field. But we also had 3 soldiers die over in Jordan at Tower 22. I guess a drone attack. They're saying it came from Iran, back Houthis. I don't know. You can't trust what the government's going to put out about this, but we definitely lost 3 soldiers' lives and many, many, many wounded. It's not good out there. It's not good out there. And then you also got Nancy Pelosi out there shooting down the protest for the genocide going on. She's trying to say that is Russian disinformation. They will not get rid of this Russian disinformation, will they? It's just coming left and right, and they're all mad that the Ukraine funding is going to stop. Maybe. I doubt it. Because the Uniparty always wins at the end. They're all under blackmail. They're all under blackmail. I guarantee it 100%. Most of them are under blackmail. So the bills keep getting passed, and the corporations still running stuff, and then the overlords tell them what to do. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Your history is not your real history, and the government will lie. But further ado, let's get into this sad story about these soldiers. I guess the 3 soldiers are over there in Tower 22. I guess it's probably some type of black site, sort of. I guess they get permission from Jordan to be there so they can help out Israel, I guess, to spy on stuff and to jump off from other stuff, I guess. But I guess a drone came in. The official story is drone came in and smashed into the quarters. I guess they were sleeping. It was nighttime over there. But they're waiting for another drone. They're trying to say that another drone was out and scheduled to come back, and that's why their defenses didn't shoot it down. I don't know. I don't know about all that because I feel like they would have the most sophisticated stuff, and they would know how many drones they have out in the air, right? Wouldn't you? I think I would. Like, all right, we got this drone out and that drone out, and they got the radar for it. So I don't know if that's the official story they're saying. I don't know if it's true. And then Joe Biden didn't really release a statement that much. And then Karine Jean-Pierre came out this morning and was fumbling and dumbling over there. She couldn't really honor those service people that died. So it's real crazy out there. It's crazy times going on. I don't know. Maybe we got to protect ourselves at all times. It's a jungle out there. So make sure you protect yourselves, because I don't know, the way this is going, I don't think we can survive another 3 months. And this is only January still. And God forbid if Joe Biden gets reelected somehow. I don't see it happening because you got Snoop Dogg coming out for Trump now. You got Jessica Simpson came out for Trump now. I mean, they're all worried about this Taylor Swift coming out for Joe Biden. I don't think she's going to have the pull over the Swifties because the Swifties can see. You know what I'm saying? They know about inflation. They see about soldiers dying. How many soldiers has Joe Biden now lost under his watch? He's lost a lot. He lost 2 Navy SEALs last week. He lost 3 on Sunday. They had the whole Afghan debacle, which is crazy. So it's coming all over the place. But let's get into a video here about the Tower 22 and what they had to say about it, because it's just crazy. I guess this is this is a more official update, because I guess the Pentagon came out and they released the names of the soldiers who passed away. I guess it was a reserve unit out of Georgia. So let's put this up on the screen and play this for everybody so we can see what they're trying to tell us.
To the Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh, walking through headlines after 3 U.S. service members were killed after an attack in Jordan. Some of the highlights included an update on the number of those injured. We've learned it's now more than 40. Also, she walked through the investigation that Central Command is doing on exactly how this took place, talking about how a high number of troops were impacted by the attack because the attack happened early in the morning and it attacked living quarters where some of these service members were. She also was asked repeatedly about who was responsible, and she said that this has the fingerprints of Kataib Hezbollah, a group that is backed by Iran, who she says the United States will hold responsible. I think the biggest news to come out of this is that she laid out exactly who was killed, the 3 service members that died.
That's exactly right. We've been waiting for the identities of those service members, and we're actually going to we have the names here. We also had missed just the very top of that briefing. So these are the names here. Sergeant William Rivers, who is 46 years old, from Carrollton, Georgia. Specialist Kennedy Sanders, 24 years old, from Waycross, Georgia. And Specialist Brianna Moffitt, 23 years old, from Savannah, Georgia. And all 3 of those soldiers with the U.S. Army, part of the 718th Engineer Company, which is part of the U.S. Army Reserve. So they were part of an activated reserve unit that was out of Fort Moore, Georgia, which is near Columbus, Georgia. And they were there serving as part of Operation Inherent Resolve. This particular place, Tower 22, has been really critical in that mission to combat ISIS. Of course, so much of that work has been done, but continues to go on in the region. And obviously, it's a matter for the military of trying to maintain some of those results after having really put ISIS at bay, and these service members were serving in that capacity. But very sad news, as we've learned that these 3, Sergeant William Rivers, Army Specialist Kennedy Sanders, and Army Specialist Brianna Moffitt, passed away in this strike.
God bless their souls. God bless their souls. And I don't know. And then, of course, you had the senators out here that want to hit Iran now. Lindsey Graham said that. Lindsey Graham don't have no kids. He don't care. You know what I'm saying? He's just a war machine monger, wants to go up there. I can't wait to vote him out in South Carolina. Hopefully South Carolina's woken up to Lindsey Graham. South Carolina needs to get based. Even that Nancy Mace, I mean, she's okay now, but she was anti-Trump. If you're not part of the MAGA movement, if you're not part of America First, then you got to go. That's the new rules now. That's the new rules. It's America first and nothing at all. So I'm sure we are going to retaliate against Iran. They will be launching some Hellcat missiles off some submarines, 100%. And I'm curious to see what they blow up. They should be able to track where the drone came from. I'm sure they can. And that place will get smoked. And hopefully that'll be it. Hopefully there won't be no escalation, because that's the last thing we need is bodies dying. And then second of all, we got Nancy Pelosi out here back with that Russian disinformation. I don't understand why she keeps coming up with Russian disinformation. That's like their only card they have. And Biden's been doing it at his speeches. He can barely speak anymore. He was talking about President Trump was the sitting president. He was screaming the other day. I mean, he's just lost his mind. It's just wild what's going on out here. And then it's just real wild going on out here. And then, of course, you got Vic Ramaswamy. A lot of people are saying that Trump's going to pick Vic Ramaswamy for VP. I don't know. I mean, Vic's grown on me. He's grown on me. But I don't know if I can trust him yet. I don't know. I mean, he says all the right things. Problem's going to be, is he going to be like the rest of these cats, like Lindsey Graham and Kevin McCarthy? They say the right things, and then right behind your back, they do the opposite. They say they're going to release the tapes. They don't release the tapes. Nobody cares about the January 6th pipe bomb that almost tried to assassinate Kamala Harris. Nobody cares about that, because I don't think it fits their narrative. There's something shady going on with that. So, I mean, they hide stuff. They hide stuff, and Trump is gaining all types of black support. And it's looking good. It's definitely looking good. But let's get right into this Nancy Pelosi. I don't know how she's seeking another term. She's running for election, I believe, this November. I believe she's up for it. But here's Nancy Pelosi, too. The other day, talking about Russian disinformation and how she wants the FBI to look into the people protesting for Gaza. to stop the genocide, to stop the genocide and stop the ceasefire. You know what I'm saying? People want peace. I mean, I don't know if you've seen drone footage of Gaza lately, but there's not a lot left. There's not a lot left. So let's pull this up and see what old crazy Nancy got to say. She won't give it up, will she? She will not give it up.
They're in front of my house all the time. So I have a feeling for what feelings they have. But we have to think about what we're doing. And what we have to do is try to stop the suffering in Gaza. This is women and children, people who don't have a place to go. So let's address that. But for them to call for a ceasefire is Mr. Putin's message. Mr. Putin's message. Make no mistake, this is directly connected to what he would like to see. Same thing with Ukraine. It's about Putin's message. I think some of these protesters are spontaneous and organic and sincere. Some, I think, are connected to Russia. And I say that having looked at this for a long time now, as you know.
You think some of these protests are Russian plants?
I say they're plants. I think some financing should be investigated. And I want to ask the FBI to investigate that. But apart from that, let's just say it's all spontaneous and sincere. Let's say it's all spontaneous and sincere. Young people care about the right to choose. They care about LGBTQ issues. They care about preserving the planet. They care about gun violence prevention. That's what they tell us. They care about our democracy and the freedoms that are contained in some of what I said. So they're going to have to make a decision, staying home to enable or to agonize, organize, not agonize, but organize and get out there and get the job done. I have every confidence that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will be President and Vice President of the United States.
Shut up, bitch! Oh my God!
She's so out of touch. She's so out of touch. She's good at stocks, though. Follow her stock trading tips, bro. You know what I'm doing? She knew to sell Google. She had Google stocks, sold that because she knew that they was getting ready to fine Google and their stock would go down. She's just so good at it. She's just so good at it. But then Nancy Pelosi goes out here on a little racist rant, I guess, trying to tell people to go back to China. Go back to China. It's not very nice of you, Nancy, is it? It's not very nice. And then let's play that. Where's that at right here? Because she's basically in her driveway, and they're out there telling them, stop the genocide, baby, stop the genocide. But, you know, we got to do everything for certain people. We have to go above and beyond to protect, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But let's play this right here. Let's pull this up. This is Crazy Nancy out in her driveway telling people to go back to China.
Most of your constituents block beside you. Stop the genocide. Stop the Holocaust.
The Democrats want the ceasefire. The Democrats want the ceasefire. The Democrats want the ceasefire.
Go back to China. Nancy Pelosi. She wild out here. She is wild. She's so wild out here, Nancy Pelosi. But hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Nancy Pelosi's getting the job done. She's been she was a great Speaker of the House. She was, she's just so awesome. So awesome. She's bad to the bone. But let's get on this Vivek Ramaswamy for VP. I guess he was on Laurel, England, and talking about how he's going to be debating Kamala. So I don't know if Trump's going to pick him. I guess it would be okay. But the problem is you don't know what his policies are going to be once he becomes president and switches it all up or something. But for right now, I guess I can trust him. I guess. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I mean, he says all the cool things. And he gets the young kids going. He gets them going. You know what I'm saying? He gets them definitely going. It's provocative, they say. But let's see what he has here. Because he was on Charlemagne, something. Breakfast Club, I mean. I don't like calling him Charlemagne the God because He a clown, really, most of the time. He's just a paid shill. But here's the whole Vivek thing. He was on Laura Ingraham, and you can hear him talking about debating Kamala. Let's play this, because I thought this was pretty wild. Because I don't know if he will be. I guess he'd be a good VP. You know, you got Trump for 4 years, and he can handle a bunch of Trump, all the bull crap they're throwing at Trump. He throws him out there. He's got good wordplay. He's very smart and all that stuff. So I think that might be a good option.
Okay, just for fun, I want to play another clip from this interview. Now, you made a salient point, I think, about American sentiment toward our founding fathers. This was great. Watch.
John Adams, you know who his son is? John Quincy Adams. And you know what he went back to Congress with? Was one thing he regretted not doing as a president, was abolishing slavery.
But you can't tell people just to ignore the fact that Thomas Jefferson
I'm
was
not
slave
telling people to ignore it, to say that we're not going to listen to Thomas Jefferson or that our founding was illegitimate because they were deeply imperfect and flawed, is every bit as bad as somebody who's going to say that I'm going to entirely dismiss the fact that they were slave owners.
First of all, Vivek, nice looking in the black T-shirt. Okay, that was very cool to be on with him for that. But why do you think so? Why do you think some Republicans seem to have such difficulty with the American past and history? They get very scared when they're talking about people like Thomas Jefferson.
See, look, I'm open about the fact that Thomas Jefferson was my favorite president. He signed the Declaration of Independence, Laura, at the age of 33, while also actually inventing the swivel chair. Think about that. These people were inventors. They were intellectuals.
Swivel chair,
and yes,
nice.
they were also our founding leaders. Were they imperfect? Of course they were, in the same way that you and I and every American and every person today is too. And the very people who are decrying our founding fathers for being the slaveholders, following the written lines you're supposed to recite, Republicans and Democrats alike, they're the very people who would have been the slaveholders 250 years ago. And so our founding fathers, they were not the conformists. They were the pioneers. They were the explorers. And what I want to revive is that founding spirit, not by claiming that they were perfect, but by recognizing their imperfections, they were still committed to the pursuit of a more perfect union. And that's what we are as a country. We're not perfect, but we're founded on the pursuit of a more perfect union. That is what makes America great. And I think that's what Republicans need to stop being so shy about and start actually celebrating and wearing on our sleeve.
If you ever get a chance to debate or talk to like Kamala Harris, and Biden's not going to be debating, I don't think anyone, but it'd be good just to say, why shouldn't George Washington be banned? If you're going to take all these other names off, all these statues down, why should Washington still be around as any figure we revere, given his slave-holding past?
I'll file that away, Laura, and I'm looking forward to hearing Kamala's answer. I don't expect it to be super coherent, but I'll be sure to face off with her on it.
All right, but she'll repeat the same phrase over and over again. All right, Vivek, great to see you. Okay, just for...
Now, I don't know if that was a Freudian slip. You know what I'm saying?
I want to play another clip from this interview.
Just playing. So I don't know, because Vec's usually good with his words. So it'll be curious. It's definitely going to be very curious of how this goes down. But it should be coming soon. It should be coming soon. Nikki Haley's will be dropping out here in South Carolina. The gloves are getting ready to come off. There's going to be some crazy stuff popping off. Definitely some crazy stuff popping off. Make sure you do protect yourself. Protect yourself at all times. That's the only way we can get out this jungle. You got to get out and vote. You got to call your congressman. Tell them we're not going to put up with this. Tell them we don't want no wars. No wars. Remember, safety first. Without safety, we got anarchy, and we don't want that. You don't want that anarchy, I promise. Them libs would be crying then. You know what I'm saying? They'd be crying then. But it's always fun, baby. It's always fun. Make sure you like and sub up. Like and sub up. Like and sub up. That's the name of the game. Thanks for tuning into the Rock and Roll Rebel Show, baby. I'm going to get on out of here. But I'll definitely see you all tomorrow, baby.